Hello class, hope you all are doing okay. I had some difficulty with technology earlier, so I'm late to start. I hope you all are there. Today we are doing lab number 9, no, lab number 11, 6338, 6.3.3.8 in packet tracer, and that is Inter-VLAN routing challenge. So let's get going. We're gonna go to this NetACAD chapter 6 to open up 6.3.3.8. 6.3.3.8. 6.3.3.3, no, that's not right. 3.8 is right here. I have this packet tracer, so I'm going to go ahead and click on it, and here goes my 6.3.3.8. Once it opens up, I'll go slowly to help you all connect with me and do follow me live. Let me log in. Okay, now we log into, we have logged in, and cancel this window. We have, as usual, our lab open, 6.3.3.8. This is our topology screen, and we have our instruction screen right here. Both of them are open, so let's see what we need to do. I hope that you all are also having these windows open. Okay, and go up to see the topology. Okay, so here is our instruction. First, we have an addressing table. Addressing table, we have some devices, R1, that's a router, S1, switch, and PC 1, 2, and 3. We have their interfaces. Router 1, R1 has gigabit 00, and we have some sub interfaces on gigabit 01. Gigabit 01, 0.10, 0.20, 0.30, 0.88, these are all sub interfaces or virtual interfaces that have been created on the gigabit 0/1. So, and each one of those sub interfaces are for one VLAN each. So they have each has its IP address and subnet mask. Okay, IP address and subnet mask for each of the sub interfaces on gigabit 01. Now looking at the switch S1, we have this VLAN 99, that's a virtual interface also, and there is its IP address and its subnet mask and its default gateway. All the three PCs, they have their IP address and subnet mask and default gateway. Good, we see the table. Let's move on to the next table. VLAN and port assignment table. It shows on the switch what are the VLANs that we need to create or need to have, if it's already been created, probably not. So VLAN 10, 20, 30, 88, 99, and their names are there. Table also shows what interfaces would belong to that particular VLAN. So for example, right here, fast Ethernet 0, 11 to 17 will be assigned to VLAN 10. 18 to 24 will be assigned to VLAN 20, and so on. Okay. Looking at the scenario, in this activity you will demonstrate and reinforce your ability to implement inner VLAN routing, including configuring IP addresses, VLANs, trunking, and sub-interfaces. Good. So now we're going to go into the requirements. First one, assign IP addressing to R1 and S1 based on the addressing table. Fine. Let's go assign IP addresses. So I'm going to go to the R1. That's my router. Here I am in the R1. Okay. I hope that you all are following me. If everything is going okay with you, just type a comment that everything you can hear, you can see everything is going okay, because earlier today, as I mentioned, I had some technology failure and my screens and all those things that I had prepared earlier all got deleted in my open broadcast software. So I had to quickly just create this new screen. Okay, so go to enable mode, privileged exec mode, and I'm going to type there. First I'm going to just type show run to see where it stands. Show run, show running config, just to see how this router looks as of right now. Okay, and I'm gonna press spacebar to see more, and press spacebar all the way until the end. Look at here, gigabit Ethernet 01, this particular interface does not have anything assigned. Gigabit 00, this interface already has IP address assigned 172.17.25.2. So this one is assigned already, gigabit Ethernet 00. So gigabit Ethernet 00, I have it in the table right here in the instruction. I don't have to assign that one, that is already there. But for the 01, I need to create all these sub interfaces. So right here, all of these I have to do right now. So let me do that. Also, I would like to see one other thing, one other command. I'm gonna issue show IP interfaces brief, BRIEF. Okay, show IP interfaces brief, just to see which ones are up, which ones are down. That's another way to see it. Well, gigabit Ethernet 00 has the IP address and already it's already up. That's good. I'm not going to worry about that one. Gigabit 01 is still down, nothing is assigned. Fine. So let's move on. So I'm doing the step number 1 right now, assigning IP address to R1. Okay, I'm going to hold on to the S1. I'm not going to assign the IP address to the S1 until I want to make sure that these VLANs are created, because if VLAN 99, look at the S1 right here, S1 would have the IP address and subnet mask on what? On VLAN 99, that interface. If that VLAN 99 is not created yet, I couldn't assign that. So I'm going to hold on off to that one. I'm going to check first whether VLAN 99 is there or not. So I'm not going to go ahead on the S1 yet, go ahead of me. So I'm in the R1, I'm in the router. So let's do the step number 1, assigning IP addresses on the router. So config T, I'm going to the global config mode, enter. Okay, global config mode is there. Now I'm going to go to the interface, int interface what? Gigabit 01, gigabit 0/1. But here in my table shows I have to create sub interfaces, .10, .20, .30, and .88 and .99. Good. So first I'm going to do .10. So see, I'm in the sub interface mode. Good. In this sub interface, I'm going to first create the encapsulation. This is going to be for the trunking purpose. So it will be allowing to the inter-VLAN routing. Okay, so I'm going to type encapsulation, ENC encapsulation tab, then just type D and then do tab. It will do .1Q for you. That's my command, encapsulation .1Q. But notice that VLAN 10 is going to be for this .10, obviously. This one will take VLAN 10. So the VLAN ID here would be 10. Enter. So my command would be encapsulation, then .1Q, and then 10, because it is for VLAN ID number 10. Okay. Then I can assign the IP address. IP ADD tab address. Now VLAN 10's IP address is this 172.17.10.1. Okay, and of course the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0. So let's assign that. IP address 172.17.10.1. subnet mask 255.255.255.0. Be sure to put a space between the IP address and subnet mask as always. Okay, now I'm going to press enter. Okay, done. So IP addressing is done. Now I'm going to exit out of this sub interface. Exit. Go to the next sub interface. Copy the, we're going to repeat the same thing for .20, 30, .88, .99. So let me go to the next sub interface. I'm going to type int tab, that's interface, gigabit 0/1 .20. It's another sub interface. Okay, enter. Here I'm going to do the same thing, encapsulation, enc tab, just type d tab .1q. This one is for VLAN ID number 20. That's going to be for this VLAN right here, VLAN 20. So I'm going to type the VLAN ID 20. Okay, and it's going to have the VLAN 20, its IP range, which is 20.1, this IP right here, and so on. So I'm going to type IP address 172.17.20.1 space 255.255.255.0. Good, that is done as well. Now I'm going to do VLAN 30 and 88 and 99. Let me do this without typing the command, just using my up arrow keys from my keyboard. Okay, just watch me. Now I have to exit, so I'm not going to even type exit because I already had this exit command before. So I go up arrow, this exit command, enter. So I'm exit out of there. I'm going to now go to the new interface, new sub interface, that is .30. So how I do? Use the up arrow key, up arrow, up arrow, up arrow, up arrow. Look, interface, this one, gigabit 01.20. So I'm going to use the backspace key. Do not use the mouse click to go right here. That doesn't work. You have to use the backspace key. Backspace, backspace. 30. .30, enter. And now encapsulation, same command. So up arrow key on the keyboard. Up arrow, up arrow, up arrow, up arrow. Look, encapsulation. .1q. That's good, but this should be 30, not 20. So I'm going to type 30, enter. And then I'm going to go up arrow again, do the IP addressing. Up arrow, up arrow, up arrow, up arrow, IP addressing. Here I have to use my keyboard's left arrow key and right arrow key to move back and forth. Okay, so I'm using my left arrow key. Do not use mouse click, it will not work again. So left arrow, left arrow, left arrow. I'm keep on going this way. Here 20, I have to make it 30 basically. So here I make 30. Everything else is just fine. Now I can press enter. Okay, and notice that my points are going up. At this point I configured three interfaces, three sub interfaces, .10, .20 and .30. So far how many points have I accrued? 36. Okay, now I'm going to exit also. So up arrow, up arrow, up arrow, up arrow, exit. I'm out of there. Now I'm going to go for the 88, same way. Okay, .88. So up arrow, up arrow, up arrow. Okay, .30 should be .88. Interface gigabit 01.88. Enter. Encapsulation, just change this one 88. But notice this one thing that I have to do. You got to take a big pause right here. .1Q88, that one is a native VLAN. Notice that 88 is the native VLAN. So if something is that's native VLAN, when I type .88, I got to use the command native. So this one is a little bit different, my friends. So native, native. Be sure to do that one. Okay, native. And then I'm going to type IP address for this one also. IP address should be again left arrow key all the way to here. Instead of 30, type 88. Enter. Then exit exit. Let me type up this one. This one I'm going to go ahead and type 99. Okay, I'm not going to do up arrow anymore. So again, I'm going to type interface and gigabit 0/1.99, enter, and encapsulation enc tab d as in David tab .1q for VLAN 99, so 99, enter. IP address would be .99, okay, 172.17.99.1 255 space 255.255.255.0, enter. Okay, so I got this one, and then exit. So all the sub interfaces are done. IP addressing is done. For right now I have 61 points so far. Okay, and then if I want to go to, but one thing though, I have to make sure that I have to turn on this interface. Gigabit 01.99.88.30, all of those are sub interfaces. They all belong to the main interface gigabit 0/1. That's the one main interface, real interface, physical interface that I have to select and use the no shutdown command to activate it. So I'm going to type interface gigabit 0/1. I'm not doing .10 or .20 or anything. Enter. And then here I will assign the issue the no shutdown command. No shut shut space shutdown. Enter. Notice that as soon as I did that on the physical interface, all the sub interfaces have come up. .10 come up, .20, .30, .88, all of them have become activated now. Okay, so enter. Good. So I can exit from this interface. Okay, I'm still in the config mode. Now let's see. I'm going to go to the S1 and switch and assign the IP addressing. Okay, but before that I would like to do this: create, name, and assign the VLANs on the S1. So I would like to create all these VLANs first. I would like to create the VLAN 99 first before I assign the IP address to the VLAN 99. I got to create that VLAN 99 first. So let me do this one: create, name, and assign the VLANs. So I'm going to go to the switch S1. Oopsie. So here I am in the switch S1 CLI. Okay, privileged exec mode, enable, enter, and I'm going to type show VLAN brief just to see what is there right now, how many VLANs have already been created, if there are VLANs already created there. So I'm going to type show VLAN brief. Show VLAN brief is my command. Enter. So I see that I have just the VLAN 1. I only have VLAN 1. I don't have VLAN 10, 20, 30, nothing in here. So I got to create all those VLANs. And of course this VLAN 1002 all the way to 1005, they are reserved. We don't have to worry about them. So basically only VLAN that I have is VLAN 1. If I make it wide enough, then you can see it better. Look, if I make the screen wide enough, then you can see I have only VLAN 1. And these are just ports. These ports are all assigned to VLAN 1 right now. Okay. So I'm going to make the screen shorter again. Okay. Now, so I can operate it properly. Okay. Here I am. So I need to create those VLANs. So I'm going to go to the global config mode. Config T, enter. There I'm going to create one by one all these VLANs, 10, 20, 30, all of those. So let me do that. VLAN 10. And then its name would be NAME. Name would be faculty staff. Be sure to write down faculty staff exactly the way it is. Okay, absolutely the way it is. capital F, then slash, no space in here, capital S again, exactly the way it is. Okay, I could even copy from here if I want to and type it up by pasting in here. Okay, so there, so name would be faculty/staff, enter. Okay, then I'm going to create another VLAN. I don't have to really exit out. I can keep on creating new VLANs right here. VLAN, VLAN 20, and its name would be students, capital S, STUDENTS, students. Oopsie, should be name. I didn't type the word name. So what I do, NAME, name, and then students, STUDENTS, students. Okay, then again VLAN 30, and name should be guest default. This one I'm going to just copy, is easier. From here, Control C, and then paste here, Control V, enter. Then another one, name, VLAN ID, sorry, VLAN, VLAN would be 88, VLAN 88, and then name should be native with capital N, NATIVE, then VLAN 99, name should be management, MANAGEMENT with capital M. Okay, VLAN 99, name management. Good. So far I see the VLANs are created and I have 77 points. I'm going to go ahead and check the VLANs now. So I'm going to type END, END, to go to the privileged exec mode, and I'm going to type show VLAN brief again. VLAN brief, BRIEF. Now let's check. Make the windows wider and see here I have the VLAN 1 and I also have VLAN 10, 20, 30, 88, 99. Now I do have these VLANs. Okay. However, all the ports from Fast Ethernet 1 to all the way to Fast Ethernet 24, all the Fast Ethernet ports, and also the Gigabit 01 and Gigabit 02, all the ports are now assigned to the VLAN 1. Later on, probably I will have to assign some of the ports to VLAN 10, some to VLAN 20. We'll do that in the right step, okay, and the appropriate time. So let's see. So I'm doing the second step, create, name, and assign VLANs on S1 based on the VLAN and port assignment table. Ports should be in access mode. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Here in this table I can see port number Fast Ethernet 11 to 17 on VLAN 10, 18 to 24 on VLAN 20, and so on. So let me assign those ports and make the ports mode should be access. Fine. So I'm back into the switch. I'm going to go to the global config mode first. Config T. I'm in the global config mode. Now I'm going to select the range of interfaces, Fast Ethernet 0/11 to 17, the whole range I'm going to select all at once. So I'm going to type interface range RAN tab Fast Ethernet. I can type FA or I can type just F, either way, 0/11 to 17. That's the range. Now that range is selected. So I'm going to put these ports into the access mode. So I'm going to type swissport SWI tab, swissport, just press M, tab, this mode, access, AC tab, access. So these swissports will be set to access mode. So they will allow only one VLAN access. So then I have to assign these ports to VLAN number 10. So how do I do that? Swissport, command is swissport access VLAN 10. So SWI tab swissport access VLAN 10. That's my command. Okay. So then let me exit from this range of interfaces, exit, exit. Now I'm going to select the next range of interface. So I'm going to type interface range. You know what I could do? Instead of typing, now I'm going to use my keyboard's up arrow keys. Okay, so up arrow, up arrow, up arrow, up arrow. Look, interface range fast Ethernet 11 to 17. I'm going to change now to 18 to 24. This one, 18 to 24. Okay, so I'm going to use my backspace. Make sure to use the backspace key. Backspace. Then 18, sorry, backspace, 18 to 24. Range is selected. Now I'm going to assign all these ports into the access mode. Up arrow key. Up arrow, up arrow, up arrow. Okay, up arrow. Switch port mode access. Enter. Then I need to assign them to VLAN 20. So switch port access VLAN 20. But I'm going to do it with my keyboard up arrow key. Okay, right here. VLAN 10, I'm going to change it to, be sure to change it to 20. Enter. So that one is done. And I'm going to exit from there. Okay, exit is done. Now again, this time also range would be for the VLAN 30, this range I'm going to do fast Ethernet 6 to 10. So let me do that. Again, interface range fast Ethernet 06 to 10. 6 to 10. And switch port mode access. And then again, switch port access VLAN 30. This time should be 30. Done. Now I'm going to do VLAN. VLAN 88 should be native. That is assigned to port Gigabit Ethernet 01. But notice this. This Gigabit 01 should not be an access port. Gigabit 01 should not take just the VLAN 88. This VLAN 88, that is a native VLAN only. Okay. Look at this topology. Here is my switch. The Gigabit 01, that's a trunk port actually. Why? Because the VLAN 10 and 20 right here and 30, all these VLANs should go out through this Gigabit 01 port in order to access the router. So the Gigabit 01 should not be assigned to just one VLAN. Gigabit 01 should carry all the VLANs. Therefore, it should be a trunk port. Okay, so this could not be an access port. So now configure S1 to trunk. I'm reading the instruction, the next step. Configure S1 to trunk, allow only the VLANs in the VLAN and port assignment table. So all the VLANs, okay, that is in the table. So I'm going to do that now to Gigabit 01. So on the switch, again I'm back into the switch. Right now I am in the interface mode. I'm going to exit out of there. I'm back in the global config mode. So I'm going to type interface Gigabit 0/1. Okay, that interface should be set as trunk. So I'm going to type switch port mode trunk. That's my command, switch port mode trunk. Okay, so that I set as a trunk port. But since 88, this 88 should be the native VLAN. And what native VLAN is, even though the Gigabit 01 port being a trunk going to carry all the VLANs, this trunk port is going to tag the traffics of from the VLAN 10, 20 and 30. It's going to put a tag on them, say that hey, you are from VLAN 10 and you are from VLAN 20. So on the packets it's going to put a tag number. However, if I assign the VLAN 88 as the native VLAN, for the VLAN 88, it's not going to put a tag. That's all it is about the native VLAN. So I'm gonna just issue one more command so that gigabit 01 will know that when traffic from the VLAN 88 pass through, there is no need to tag them because they belong to the native VLAN, okay, or untagged VLAN. So now, so I am here still in the gigabit Ethernet interface mode 01. So I'm going to type Swiss port trunk tr tab and then native n tab VLAN native VLAN 88, enter. Okay, I had to do that. So that part is done. Trunking is now done. So I can exit off of this interface. Okay. Now, what I have now is configure the default gateway. Okay, so I have not so far done neither the IP address nor the default gateway on the S1. In the very first step, they asked me to assign IP address on the S1. I did not do that because at that time the VLAN 99 was not created. Now that the VLAN 99 has been created, I'm gonna go ahead and assign the IP address on the VLAN 99. Okay. Now what would have happened if I did well, let's not get into that. Keep it simplified. Okay, so just keep it on. I'm going to go ahead and assign the IP address on the VLAN 99 and the subnet mask and the default gateway, all of it. So let's do that. So I'm going to type interface VLAN 99. I'm in the switch interface VLAN 99. Okay. And I'm going to assign IP address, and that is 172.17.99.10. Okay, 172.17.99.10 space 255.255.255.0. So IP address has been created. Now the default gateway I don't assign on the interface. I assign in the global config mode. So I'm gonna exit out of there. I'm in the global config mode. Now I'm gonna type IP default gateway, IP space just DEF tab default gateway would be 172.17.99.1, 172.17.99.1, and it is written right here. So I'm just using this one. That's the default gateway. So enter. Okay, at this point notice that I already have 100 point. Interesting. I have not done many more steps here, but I'm going to do all of them for you, making sure that we do all of it. So we already have done the trunk configuration, and so let's go and see all the VLANs and port assignment right now. I'm in the global config mode. I'm going to exit from there. I'm in the privileged exec mode now. I'm going to type show VLAN brief. Oh, that was spelling mistake, spelling error. Okay, show VLAN, just BR tab, that will be easier. Okay. Now look at the situation that I have. I have this VLAN 1. VLAN 1 still has port number 1 to 5 and then also gigabit 02. But VLAN 10 now has these ports from 11 to 17. VLAN 20 now has 18 to 24. VLAN 30, port number 6 to 10. All those things have been assigned. Look at VLAN 88 is the native VLAN now. VLAN 99 is the management VLAN. Okay. Let me also show the trunk. I'm going to type show interfaces trunk. Okay, these things they didn't ask you to do, but I'm just teaching you that to good to see and understand. Show interfaces trunk, and look at this situation here. Gigabit 01 on the switch, that port is trunking port. See status trunking, and look at the native VLAN is 88, so it's not going to tag that any traffic that comes from native VLAN number VLAN 88. Okay, that's it. And what are the VLANs that are currently allowed, the active VLANs? Look, VLAN 1, 10, 20, 30, 88, all these VLANs are allowed via this port of gigabit 01. So we have seen it now. Now let's go look at the next steps. All the ports not assigned to a VLAN should be disabled. So I'm going to go ahead and disable all the ports. What ports are not assigned to a VLAN? We can see that all these from VLAN 10, all of these are our real VLAN that we created. VLAN 1 is our default VLAN. That one still has port number 1 to port number 5 and gigabit 02. So these are the ports. I'm not using them right now. I'm going to disable them. 1 to 5 fast Ethernet and gigabit 02. Okay, so I'm going to go to the global config mode, config T, and interface range fast Ethernet 0/1 to 5, comma, and also gigabit 0/2. So all these ports I'm going to select, enter, and I'm going to shut them down, disable them. Just type shutdown, enter. So those ports have been down now. So I fulfilled this step. Next step, configure inter-VLAN routing on R1 based on addressing table. I already have done it. That is already done. When I assigned all these sub-interfaces, assigned their IP address, and I activated the interface, so on the R1, on the router, already has been created. Now last step, verify connectivity. R1, S1, and all PCs should be able to ping each other. Okay, I'm going to do a verification. Now all should be working. So I go here, I'm going to go to the PC1. If I go from PC1 to all the way to the this server, Cisco PK server, that is located, that is an IP address right here. So if I can ping from PC1 to all the way to this IP address that's going through the switch and the router and the cloud all the way here, then we should be okay. That should be enough verification test. So I'm going to go to the desktop. I'm in the PC1, command prompt, and I'm going to type ping 172, this server's IP address, this 172.17.50. 172.17.50.254, enter. So I'm doing a ping. Timed out. Let's see what happens second time, third time, fourth time. Still time. Okay, the very last packet I got the reply. Okay, so I'm going to do the ping one more time. Just use the up arrow key, ping, enter, and now I'm getting all the reply. So I realize that this is all good now actually. Okay, so the verification is done. So now my lab is done. So be sure to save this lab and then submit it. Okay, so here I'm going to save it. Save as okay. So that is done. So I'm going to close it. So I'm going to go do the next lab right now. Maybe around 2 o'clock I'll do the next lab. I'll come back online again at 2 o'clock. So for right now, thank you all very much and have a wonderful day, and see you back at 2 o'clock.